Hello there, it is Lorna, the occupational therapist here with Love, Learn, Develop, and I hope you are really well. I get asked questions quite a lot with regards to play and newborn babies, and I thought I'll do a little series of videos this week where I address some of those questions for you and hopefully take some of the mystery out of it for you, but also give you some ideas about how you can play with your baby. So I get asked things like, why is it important? What is sensory play? How do I know if it is helping my little one's brain develop? And what are the right activities to do at the right ages? And is it important to start as a baby, or can I start playing with my little one when they're a toddler? So hopefully over the next week I'll be able to answer some of these questions for you. And if you have any questions, I'd be really happy to help as well. So I'll be doing some Facebook Lives over the coming week in our little Facebook community group, which you are really welcome to join. There's lots of kind of amazing new parents in there who'll be able to kind of give you some support, as well as our health professions team as well. So let's talk about play. So I have kind of listed my top 10 reasons about why play with newborn babies is really, really important. And this isn't an exhaustive list, but it's a bit of a top 10. So here we go. So first of all, play is really good for building relationships. It's really good for bonding. It is really important that you bond with your baby. So play is a really good way of doing that. But it's also important that other people bond with your baby as well. So your partner, extended family, siblings is a really kind of purposeful and authentic way of engaging in activity. And that's why, as occupational therapists who are really focused on activity, we are really interested in it as well. Play helps your little baby's brain develop. It helps it make lots of new connections. It helps your little one engage all their senses, use all their different parts of their brain, and if we plan it properly, we can kind of make all those neural connections really purposeful as well. So next video I will talk about brain development, and I'll show you a little picture about baby's brain and how we are engaging them when we are doing some of our activities as well. So my third reason is that play is really important for motor control. So for learning all those things like sitting, standing, crawling, tummy time, it's just really important that we are doing some activities that help our little ones develop in a physical sense as well. It is how our little ones integrate their senses. We have 8 senses that are working all the time. We all know about the common 5 senses that we have, but we've got 3 body senses as well, called vestibular sense, which is our balance, our proprioception sense, which is where our body is in space, and interoception, which is kind of our body telling us about how we're managing. So things like hunger, thirst, need the toilet, that kind of thing as well. So we have 8 senses that are working all the time. And through play we can integrate them beautifully. So we'll do a little bit in our next video about kind of what sensory play is specifically and how we can integrate all of those senses in our activities that we do with our little ones. Play is how your baby interacts. So it's going to be how our babies, toddlers and children interact with the world socially. So we're going to learn about lots of other people. We're going to learn some life skills like sharing and communicating, but it's how we're going to interact with our world. It's how your little one's going to tell you what their preferences are, what they like, what they don't like, and it's a really good way of engaging in activity. Our sixth reason is that play is how our little ones learn how to move in space. So when our babies are born, they don't know that their foot is where their foot is or their hand is where their hand is, but through doing activities, we are able to give them a really good sense of where their body is in space. Lots of kind of body awareness type activities, which we'll share some of those with you in our videos as well, can really, really help with your baby's body scheme. So quite an important thing to keep going as well. Our 7th reason is that it can help them with communication skills. So it can help them communicate, it can help them with their language skills, and it can help that whole thing about kind of having preferences, engaging with you and inviting you to play as well, which is a beautiful stage, is where they start to kind of invite you along into their little world and to their little games as well. We need to be able to play in order to be able to grow and develop, and it's how we begin to have that independence as well. So your little one, when you first start engaging with play, will be very dependent on you for providing the activities and showing them what to do. But as time goes on and they're starting to get a little bit more mobile, they will start to be able to play a bit more independently. So they will recognise toys. That's why one of the reasons why repetition is really important. It's really good for brain development. But they'll start to recognise things and be able to carry out tasks by themselves. So it's a first step on independence as well. And play is proven to be how our babies start to feel secure. So they feel happy, they feel supported, they feel loved when they're engaging in meaningful and purposeful activity with with our caregiver. So it's a really good way of kind of showing your baby appreciation and love, and giving them a bit of support with activities as well. And lastly, playing is not just about fun. Of course, it's about fun and having a good time together, but it's also about learning, about education, it's about brain building, and it's such a social activity as well. So, a really important thing to start from when your little one's born. From the day that they're born, we can start to engage them in kind of meaningful and purposeful activities. And we know from lots and lots of research that babies that are engaged with their parents and have that bond from a really early age have bigger brains as a result of more brain connections. So you really are helping your little one build their brain by playing with them. So before I nip off, I would love to hear from you. Comment on this video. Let me know if these are reasons that are resonating with you. Let me know if you've got any questions with regards to play. In my next video, I will do something about brain development. So we will talk about how that brain development thing happens, how these neurons are starting to connect in our neural pathways in our brain. I'll show you a little diagram of our brain and the sort of areas that are involved in processing lots of information that's coming in. And we'll talk about sensory developments. We'll talk about those 8 senses, where they're processed in the brain, and why it's important that we're engaging our little ones in meaningful play. So I hope you have found that helpful. My mission this week is to make things a little bit more accessible and for things to feel less overwhelming. So please let me know if I'm helping to do that in any way at all. Play really is a game changer for you and your baby, and it can really help feel kind of like you've got some kind of purpose and some anchors in your day as well. So do check back later this week. I will do a little video about sensory development and little baby brains, and I can't wait to see you then. Take care. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.